It's time for the talking to stop and the fighting to start. This should be good. I'm Todd Grisham. Next to me is Johnny Nelson.
It's going to be unbelievable. The fans, everybody around.
Sugar Ray Leonard. He, of course, won. It's Jaime Munguia. When your hometown is Tijuana, Mexico, you're going to be a problem. The knockout machine looks for another victim here in this one.
You can hardly hear yourself speak. The fans are going mad for this.
This bout is scheduled for 10 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, presenting one of the all-time greats, the Hall of Fame legend of boxing, a 5-division champion of the world, Sugar Ray Leonard. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Tijuana, Baja California.
These two have certainly talked the talk. Now they've got to walk the walk.
It's a privilege and an honor to be here.
All right.
I feel so lucky to be sat here talking about something I love.
No doubt about it. Then he said this fight would never happen, and yet here it is, and here we go. Good counter punch. Missing with that jab. Nice counter. Perfect counter shot. That hook was off target. That hook won't score. Perhaps the hottest ticket in town for this fight tonight.
This is not just hype. We are in for something special tonight. What an arena, what an atmosphere, what a build-up.
Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than that.
Shot. That jab doesn't score. Nice counter shot. A perfect counter lands. Beautiful counter shot. And so far, the offense has been better than the defense. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Let's talk about Sugar Ray in that last round. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. This fighter needs to turn the tables in this next round.
Wow, you know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, Bell, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
Shots, keep smart. Good work there, the jabs are working not.
You're switching off and you're starting to make mistakes. I need to go back out there and switch back on. Get focused, get your mind back on the job, and get back out there and win the
Timing already.
And there's the bell for round two. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Punch, counter punch. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Can't land the jab there. Beautiful counter punch. We've seen this fighter in the past go 12 rounds and not have a mark on their face. That's what happens when you stick and move. You hit and you don't get hit.
This is what makes outside fighters so good. Their footwork is second to none. It's as fast as their hands.
That counter punch caught him clean. Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
The exchange punches. When are we going to see a jab from these two? And he scores with the counter. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Straight right just misses. Good counter punching. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. About Leonard in that last round. He is down big time on the scores.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
Forget about the round.
Let's get it started in round 3. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until the senses have come back.
Landed. This fighter is a swarmer. They're like a mosquito that just won't leave you alone, except this mosquito can knock you out with one punch.
You fight a swarmer, you've got to protect everything. The body with the elbows, the head with the forearm. You've got to try and push them off balance because they will just stay in your face.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Nice counter shot. Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Couldn't land that jab. You'd like to see more jabs. That counter shot lands. Score with that jab. He threw a punch and just got countered. Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Sugar Ray. There's the bell for round 4. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Straight right just misses. How about that time counter shot? It's bombs away. Catch and shoot. Energy and endurance are not an issue for this fighter who continues to be aggressive as the rounds wear on.
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tail. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they...
Loharis Munguia now crumbles to the canvas. I don't care who you are. When you get caught with a body shot like that, you're going down.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, still on the fight.
it's going to take more than that to keep this fighter down.
He's up, but for how long? Look at her. On the heels. Look at it.
Final 10 seconds here, and I think he knows who's won this round. In that last round. Back into the fray here in round 5. He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel, because I know his legend gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
Will say no mas. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. And he misses with that jab. Those counter punches have to hurt. It's always fascinating to watch two good welterweights because they've got blurry hand speed and good power.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's so hard to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
A real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Well done with that counter shot. Nice counter punch. Punch caught him clean. We wanted action, and they are delivering. How about that time counter shot? A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. About Leonard and let's start the 6. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart, because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not clear. Be sharp.
A shot, they get countered. Nice counter. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Well done with that counter shot. Jab misses. Looks like he's going to move around the ring a little bit more. Try some stick and move. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Here's a counter shot. This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter. And he scores with the counter. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. It seems like aggression has been the key. This fighter just not slowing down.
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything.
Hold on a second, Johnny. Did you see that? Oh, Munguia now. He's in some serious trouble. Munguia now, flat on his back. Is he going to get up? Imagine seeing this punch coming and not being able to do anything about it.
Even up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me your ball.
Talk about Jaime Munguia in that last. Round 7, here we go. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
So much for boxing. This is a fight. Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. I think it's safe to say one of these fighters certainly has a significant speed advantage. You can tell who it is.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
Well done with that counter shot. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. A perfect counter lands. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Sugar Ray and they're back at it again here in round 8. After that last round, something has got to change.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Perfect counter lands. To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Don't let this fighter's speed fool you. There's some method to the madness. These are precision shots, and they're coming at lightning speed.
What you've got to do, Tony, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You've just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
Straight right just misses. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. And he scores with the counter. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I go in the ring with fights like that, and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
How about that time counter shot? You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. About Leonard. And there's the bell for round 9. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until the senses have come back.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Big swing and a miss with the hook. They won't give us a second to catch our breath. Beautiful counter shot. How about that time counter shot? clean. Both men step back for just a moment. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this battle?
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a cliff. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
Looking to land the hook. Good counter punch. Nice counter shot. Jab does not score. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Sugar Ray.
What do you do?
And there's the bell for round 10. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt, you've got to get out there again. Be smart, be sharp, don't be a fool, don't get sucked in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
And he scores with the counter. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. They exchange punches. He misses with that jab. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown a shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you, they want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
They exchange punches. There's a counter shot. Wanted to land the left hook, but was not successful. The straight right just misses. Beautiful counter shot. Neither fighter willing to slow down. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. No surprise there, a unanimous decision.
They've done it before, now they're doing it again, and look what's happened.